Scientists have achieved the impossible, an AI that can literally read your thoughts and recreate the exact image you're looking at. This groundbreaking technology can scan your brain and reproduce what you see with astonishing precision. I know it sounds crazy, but it's happening right now. So here's the deal. Researchers have been working on this mind-reading AI for a while now, and they've made some pretty amazing breakthroughs. The key to their success is teaching the AI to focus on specific parts of the brain. Now, they used two different methods. In one experiment, they used fMRI scans on people. That's those huge, complex machines that take pictures of your brain activity. In another experiment, they actually put tiny electrodes directly into a monkey's brain. Don't worry though, the monkey wasn't harmed. These electrodes were already there for other research. What's cool is that the AI doesn't just look at all the brain activity at once. It learns which parts of the brain to pay attention to. It's kind of like when you're trying to listen to someone in a noisy room. You focus on their voice and tune out everything else. The AI does the same thing with brain signals. The results are mind-blowing, especially with the monkey experiment. So it turns out that making fake images is actually easier than recreating real ones. In this experiment, the images shown to the monkey were actually generated by another AI system called StyleGAN XL. Essentially, we're looking at a scenario where one AI is interpreting the language of another AI. This adds an interesting layer to the study, as it's not just about decoding real-world images, but also about understanding AI-generated content. The human experiments with fMRI scans weren't quite as accurate, but they still showed a big improvement when using this new focusing technique. It's harder to get clear signals from fMRI scans. They're kind of like trying to listen to a radio with bad reception. But here's the really wild part. In the future, this technology could potentially be used to not just read minds, but to put images directly into your brain. One of the researchers, Guklu, mentioned that you could theoretically stimulate the part of the brain that corresponds to, say, a dog, and make someone see a dog. Remember, we're not quite at the point of full-on mind reading yet, but we're getting closer every day. Okay, now, there's a brand new social media app taking the internet by storm, and it's called No Place. Oh great, another social media app. Actually, this one's different. And it's got young people going crazy, so what's the big deal about this nonsense? Sorry, No Place? Well, it's like they've taken all the cool stuff from old school social media and mixed it with some futuristic AI tech. It's like if MySpace and ChatGPT had a baby and that baby was really into astrology and fandoms. First off, let's talk about the profiles. Most social media bios have become quite dull recently, so No Place is bringing back the fun. They're revitalizing online profiles, making them interesting and engaging once more. It's actually a refreshing change in the world of social media. You can customize the heck out of your profile with all sorts of colors and these things called stars. Now, instead of being all about photos and videos like Instagram or TikTok, No Place is all about text. Yeah, it's bringing back good old-fashioned writing. You can share updates about what you're doing, thinking, watching, or listening to. It's like Twitter, but cooler and more personal. But wait, there's more. I know I sound like an infomercial, but seriously, this is cool stuff. They've got AI working behind the scenes to make your experience even better. It gives you personalized suggestions and even summarizes updates you might have missed. The mastermind behind this innovative concept is Tiffany Zhang. We can do better than this. Gen Z is absolutely loving it. It's like No Place has tapped into this perfect mix of nostalgia for the old days of social media and the high-tech, personalized experience that young people want today. It looks like the future of social media is here, and it's surprisingly... Alright, now, there's this crazy new AI tool that's blowing people's minds. It's called WebSam AI, and it does something pretty wild. It creates fake websites out of thin air based on whatever you type in. So here's how it works. You go to this website, websiam.ai, and you log in with your Google account. Then you just type in whatever kind of website you want to see. It could be something totally bonkers, like a website selling bottled air from the moon. The AI whips up a whole fake website for you, complete with menus, images, and sometimes even working links. Now, the really interesting part is that you can choose which AI model you want to use. By default, it uses something called Claude 3.5 Sonnet, which is like super advanced, but you can also switch to GPT-4o if you prefer. These are basically the top of the line AI models right now, so I gave it a try, right? And let me tell you, it's pretty addictive. I started off by asking for a website about nothing, and, well, the AI kind of missed my Seinfeld reference, but it still came up with something. It's wild how fast it works. In just a few seconds, you've got a whole fake website loaded up. One thing I noticed is that sometimes the images take a bit longer to generate, so if you don't see them right away, just be patient or try switching tabs in your browser. It's like magic when they finally appear. I also tried some other prompts, like an e-commerce site about the meaning of life. And get this, the AI came up with product names, descriptions, and even prices. It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. Oh, and here's a fun one. I asked it to create YouTube in the year 2045. The AI totally ran with it, creating everything futuristic and crazy. It's like getting a glimpse into an alternate reality or something, all right? But what's the point of all this? Well, honestly, it's just really fun to play around with. You can come up with all sorts of crazy ideas for websites that don't actually exist. Some people are even using it to create prank sites or visualize business ideas. Of course, there's always the potential for misuse with this kind of technology, but it's pretty easy to spot these fake sites if you know what to look for. And the creators of website.ai have probably thought about that too. One really cool feature is that all your creations get saved to your account, so you can go back and look at all the wacky websites you've made. And as far as I can tell, there's no limit to how many you can create. Although, we should probably be mindful of not wasting too much energy and processing power. So yeah, it's this incredibly powerful tool that lets you bring any website idea to life, no matter how out there it might be. Whether you're brainstorming, pranking, or just having fun, it's definitely worth checking out. You might even come up with the next big internet sensation.